won that game, but
yeah, the receiver.
He did good, man.
The receiver didn't go hard on that last play.
Man.
Nah, he didn't fight for the first down.
And for everyone out there that, wondering, man, what them boys talking about, man? Look, number 7, Clemson.
Was it 5?
Number 5, yeah, number 5.
Yeah. Louisville was 3.
And Louisville, number 3 Louisville, man, played Saturday, in which Clemson went ahead and beat them 42-36, coming down to the last couple of seconds of the game.
In Clemson. That matters.
Steve stopped a yard short of the first down.
Yard short of the first, because he got hit and spun out of bounds.
Man.
Yeah, he just would have dove over the dude or something.
Man.
I just dropped the shoulder and like, hey.
That's that big game experience, though.
Yeah, that is.
He'll be all right by the end.
But they needed that, though. I think they
needed that.
And one thing I was listening to the college analysts say that one thing about college, them early losses, you can still come back from that.
Yeah, true.
Win out and get into the playoffs. But
I mean, check it out. They only dropped to number 7. They only got to go up 3 more spots.
And they schedule is easy schedule.
I think that's the weird thing about college, man. That's more of a what have you done for me lately kind of thing.
Now, the only thing I'm worried about, though, is the people that's in the number 4 spots. I don't see any of them losing it, man.
Yeah, I got the top 10 right here.
And I'm a Michigan fan, too, by the way.
I mean, college is crazy, man.
Hold on.
It just take one
Let's take
loss.
a break from that for 1 second. Did y'all see that interception, man? What's his name, man? Jordan Lewis.
Oh, Jordan Lewis is a beast.
Man,
you talking about that one-hander?
That one-handed interception? Oh, my God.
That was an interception?
That was a pro.
Man, I saw that highlight. I thought it was a wide receiver.
Nah,
that was a pro style.
That boy stretched all the way out, man. Did a complete 180. And
that was better than that Beckham catch.
Yeah, that was like Beckham times 2.
Yeah, times 3. On the defense,
It ain't gonna be that because you ain't have a cowboy at the end of it.
Real talk,
but
shut up.
Not to go back to that game, but just a quick reference. The Giants still lost that game, just for the record.
Yeah, just to set the record straight.
Even though they still lost that game. But anyway, back to a little bit of Clemson, man. So, Lamar Jackson had a great game. Deshaun Watson, what y'all think about the Deshaun Watson game?
I think that Lamar Jackson looked like more, like Angel said, more of the Heisman front runner.
Oh, yeah.
I think it actually hurt Deshaun Watson.
Yes, sir.
More than it helped him.
Because he had 3 interceptions, but 2 of them was just bonehead plays. I'm
Check it out,
300.
He had 306 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, but them 3 interceptions kind of discredited all that.
Dropped his stock a little bit. And he actually got banged up a little bit because he got hit, and I think he twisted his knee or something. And he couldn't run no more.
That's like Lamar Jackson. I think that was his first time playing. That was his first time playing in a big game like that.
Yeah, it was. But they needed that though.
But that first half, you could see the jitters, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if he had jitters or if they really just had his number the first half.
I think they, because I remember one play, I think Clemson defense was kind of playing a little dirty. But
when they tried to choke him.
They're trying to choke that man on the ground.
In a UFC MMA choke
they was
move, man.
Real chokehold. Said, man, look at this. But Lamar Jackson came back second half and
straight
beast mode. I said, damn, now that's what I want to see.
And check it out. Now, Lamar Jackson is the other Heisman candidate, opposite of Deshaun Watson. Now, Lamar Jackson had 447 total yards,
yes, sir.
295 passing, 162 rushing.
Yes, sir.
So
two rushing touchdowns.
2 rushing touchdowns. And I think he's only like 19, right?
Yeah, he's 19 years old.
19 years old.
Deshaun Watson
and
like 20.
in beast mode, man.
Man, this dude is awesome. Did you see the way, like they was talking about it earlier, he don't really make cuts like a running back. He just kind of glide through the D. Like, he's so smooth but he fast.
Yeah.
Like, his speed is kind of deceptive because you think...
He kind of looked like how them boys looked at, how Central looked at against Ozan Friday.
Yeah, 42-14,
42-14, man.
I ain't even go to Central, but shout out to Central, man. Y'all did y'all thing.
CHS, man.
Hey, man, if the boss man is listening to this broadcast, please tell Jay Goddard to stop handing me the phone. I do not know the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, what is a Wi-Fi password?
Man, we're trying to work, got it, man.
They changed it on
Yeah, they changed it, man. I hit with the switch up, man.
Switch up the password.
But check it out, man. Like I said, Louisville only dropped to number 7.
Yeah.
I do think they can work their way up the ranking.
Oh, of course.
But I'm kind of concerned on who's going to drop out of the top 4.
And see, that's one thing about college. It just take one little slip up from any one of them 10. Cause I'm not even gonna do top 10.
I'm not even gonna
do
lie
top
to y'all.
5.
I hope Michigan stay there, man.
Yeah, you got Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson, Houston, and Washington.
Houston is in 5, huh? Or
Houston number 4.
Really?
Number 4, Houston, yeah.
Oh man, I thought Michigan was number 4. Michigan number 3.
6, yeah. Michigan 6 right now. And Clemson is 3.
Oh, the new rankings came out.
Yeah, the new rankings came out today.
They trying to push H-Town to be in the ACC.
Yeah,
man, come on.
Look, Louisville got to play H-Town November 17th.
Who?
Louisville.
Man,
they got to play Houston.
I'm concerned.
That's going to be a good game.
That's going to be a good game.
That's going to be a real good game.
Hey, it's either going to be a good game or
undefeated.
Lamar Jackson going to expose them.
Yes,
boys.
sir, he is.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's going to bump him into the playoffs right there.
No, I don't know.
Hey, but if Houston take that dub, they might find themselves in one of them big 5 conferences next year.
They're trying to get them in that South.
One of the things going to happen. One of 2 things going to happen in that game.
Yeah.
Either Houston is going to beat Louisville, and it's gonna hurt Lamar Jackson Heisman running, or they're gonna win and knock Houston out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because right now Houston in it.
And I love Houston.
I mean, you may as well put
Their
Houston.
schedule ain't that bad.
I mean, go ahead and put. I think Houston. I mean, Houston done show what they can do in a small conference, and I mean that's a big market, big city. Yeah. I mean, you got Baylor, you got TCU, you done moved up. You got A&M and Tech and you know Texas.
I think Houston in the Pac-12 now.
Nah, they Conference USA.
Yeah, they still see USA.
Yeah.
I thought they was in the Pac-12 now.
At least put them in the Pac-12.
Yeah,
at least the ACC or something. Yeah.
The SEC.
But you know what? You know the biggest hurdle for Houston? Other sports.
Yep.
You gotta be able to
baseball,
basketball. You gotta be able to hold your own in those other sports too.
Yep.
So you can't just have
basketball.
And another thing, when they built that stadium, they didn't build it for 70,000.
Oh yeah,
it was 80,000. They only built it for like 50,000.
So Houston,
they gotta put
Houston
a cap on
just
that.
they've been having a good few years though.
They got some politics
they've been kind of good.
Houston been handling business the last few years though.
Yeah,
they've been pretty good.
So yeah, U of H on the come up. I definitely and it's at Houston too. I'm gonna try to go to that game.
But I think if they had a little more exposure, I think U of H. I think if U of H was in any other state, they would be a big.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's Texas.
Yeah.
And so it's only I mean, you know, the best athletes come from Texas.
Yeah.
So, but when you got about 5, 6,
you
got 5, 6 universities. You know what I'm saying? You know, little known fact, most of them come from down here in the southeast. You ain't know that either. But you know, best kept secret.
East Country Town, but
I mean, Beaumont, Port Arthur. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's switch it to another. Texas Longhorns lost again. Oklahoma State.
I'm not
49-31.
Man, I don't even want to talk about
it. I got one quick question. I got one quick question.
You should be going on
times right now.
Do y'all think it's time to fire Charlie Strong?
Yes.
You know what? I wouldn't just fire him.
Yes.
I would kind of look at who's in charge of what I'm trying to say.
The athletic director, the AD?
Whoever's in charge of recruiting.
Yeah.
That's an issue. Because, I mean, there's no way you should have, for your quarterbacks, you should have Bichelle and Swoops.
Yeah.
You should have somebody in there that can handle the whole thing.
If you got 2 quarterbacks, you ain't got nothing.
Yeah, you're UT. You can get a quarterback. You see what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be surprised if Charlie Strong went to another program and did well.
Yeah, I mean, because
I feel like you know sometimes there's certain times where you have teams who start to rebuild, and in the rebuilding process they get let go of, and then you have a coach who comes in right after that, and suddenly they have success.
Yeah,
but they have success with.
Look at the
players
Warriors.
that they rebuilt.
Example. Look at the Warriors.
Mark Jackson and Steve Kerr.
Buccaneers.
Yeah, the Buck.
Gruden. But that's a perfect example. The next year, I'm just saying, the next year.
Man, I thought he was gonna say Lovey Smith or something.
Nah, but I mean, that's a good example though. Think about it. Dungy was there, we brought him to the championship game, got fired. The next year,
you know what?
Brought him to the Super Bowl with the exact same team.
The underlying point, I was also not to
Hey, 2000s was a good year.
coincidence. Man, it's been a decade. If you ain't done anything within a decade.
But what I was gonna say, just like with Jimmy Johnson and what was old boy?
Barry
Switzer. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They tried to bring him in and piggyback off that same success.
Yeah.
But he won that with Johnson team.
So,
you know what I'm saying? All he had to go in there was to say, y'all just do what y'all did.
Y'all do what y'all did last year.
Check it out. Speaking on that, I feel like Jerry Jones is another reason why the Cowboys can't.
I think y'all gonna win one as long as he doing the management.
Yeah, the thing about it,
Yeah,
his son
yeah,
is
they
so
put some caps
much
on
better.
top.
Stephen Jones is so much better at that.
No,
Getting players.
who it's been? It's been Will McClay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will McClay is he's a scout. He's like the lead scout, and you know Jerry Jones don't want to let go of that GM title.
Yeah,
I know he need to let it go, man.
But Jerry Jones, you know what? Jerry Jones has gotten a lot better. You know when we could easily be sitting here with Johnny Manziel instead of Zach Martin.
Yeah.
But you know what? But he was like, okay, let me back off. Y'all do what y'all do. I think he's disciplined
More
himself
open.
well in free
He's a
agency.
little bit more
I
open.
mean, if y'all remember, you know,
Manziel wasn't bad.
but shit.
Manziel wasn't bad.
Hey,
They just
speaking of Manziel,
they care more than what he did off the field.
His suspension over with.
Yeah.
Agent
You know
now.
what I'm
Sniff too
saying?
much coke.
He needed to get rid of that's true.
But
His nerves wasn't right.
But check it out.
Manziel, like come back.
I hope somebody pick him up, man. Cause
Yeah.
there's a couple teams that can use
I mean,
him.
then act like it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no
Yeah,
sympathy
he
for
got
Manziel.
Yeah, he got
That boy got so much. He was born into money, born into you know what I'm
money,
saying,
too. You
and
know, that's
then you
that
go on
money.
to be successful.
I mean, I
All
just really
that,
want to
like-
see, you know, if you got a passion for something, man, and you can actually do it, like, you know, I'm rooting for you.
Yeah.
And you know,
He's a-
I hate it that you know this dude basically just
Does he have a passion
used
though?
his.
You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
know.
If he was passionate about it, he'd be able to get off the BS. But
Yeah, I'm about to
you
say
know,
I feel
but
that,
you know, just to you know, I think Jerry Jones has been more disciplined, and you know, this has been a guy, Will McClay, like I said, behind the scenes. That's been really they've been drafting well. You know, they've been finding players to just kind of to kind of kick in.
And I will say this, man, like
they have been drafting.
they recent draft picks and stuff, man. Everyone's been like, why would you take that? And then
Right.
it works out.
Yeah.
Right, Travis Frederick, you know, arguably the best
Only-
center.
But
Yeah.
that,
You
I ain't
know,
gonna lie,
they
man.
traded.
This past draft, instead of taking that hurt linebacker, man, we should have took Ramsey, man. We should have. I mean, not Ramsey.
Jack.
Yeah, instead of
That's the
taking
point.
Jack, we took somebody else, man, in that second round.
And see, now I hope Jerry Jones is of the mindset. We've been recruiting and we stocking up our offense.
Yeah,
You know,
he is. But
so
you see
now
how
let's
it paid
start
off,
working on. Now let's start working on the defense.
Yeah.
Slowly, the defense, I think it's been.
But it was good.
I think
we just needed all
the
our players got
defense-
suspended, hurt.
The defense has kind of been in reverse order. I
Yeah.
think, you know, when you talk about teams, you know, you got to have those marquee guys, but you need depth too.
Yeah.
You need your backups to be able to. So I think
Because it's the
I
NFL.
think we've got
People
some
get
good
hurt.
depth. You know, I think
Yeah.
we drafted a lot of third rounders, second rounders, fifth rounders who come in and been serviceable.
Look at,
And I think
Byron
now
Jones.
it's
Byron
time.
Jones.
It's time to start drafting them first round picks.
Man, I think Beasley was one of the
Before
best
we-
pickups for
Yeah.
him.
Before we get
yeah,
too
that was undrafted.
before we get too far for college, man, I just had a few key games to watch for college this weekend.
Okay.
Number one, Texas versus Oklahoma. That's this Saturday.
I don't even care.
Yeah, I think it's more the mystique.
Yeah,
You know, it's
yeah. I want to
Mystique.
see. I want to because if Texas
What's
Texas
it,
beat
the Red
Oklahoma,
River
that's
rivalry.
gonna do
Jordan
for
Strong
us?
can have his job still.
He need to get fired. He needs to get fired. Look, this is why I don't
I
care.
heard that. I heard that today.
Yeah, the alumni love him.
I mean,
Yeah, the alumni say
I
he's going nowhere.
I don't think that's a staple,
Yeah.
man. I don't think that's.
I think he needs
That's
to
a
get
big game,
fired.
though.
I mean,
I
who
think
is Oklahoma
if we beat-
right now?
If we beat Oklahoma, it just doesn't do anything for us. We're out of there. You feel me?
Oklahoma
All it
State
does
has
is
been a
please
bigger
the
game.
alumni.
Shit,
That's all it does. But
Next we got LSU in Florida. LSU versus Florida.
Go Gators.
That's gonna be a good game. Tennessee and A&M. Number 9 Tennessee. and
Come on,
number 8
A&M.
A&M.
they call
Hey,
Tennessee a fluke.
Tennessee is
Man,
not a fluke, man.
They call
Tennessee
them
looking
the
like
Hold
the real
on.
deal.
Wait a minute. Tennessee not a fluke?
They looking like the real deal.
So that Hail Mary pass wasn't a fluke?
Nah.
Stop it,
No,
man. Stop it. That was a fluke.
Nah, that wide receiver stepped up and made a play, man.
Man, that was a fluke.
He had to do something.
They brought him back in the game. No, he brought him back in the game though. That game was over.
That was a fluke.
Josh Dobbs looking like the truth, man. I ain't gonna lie, man.
Man, hey.
I heard it.
I feel like
31 for
I feel like
34.
Dennis Green, man. Tennessee is who we thought they were. We left him off the hook, goddamn.
Hey, but you know what, man? I was actually thinking about that saying. It's funny. This morning, that saying came to my mind because it when a team is who like believe that.
Yeah.
You know, like there's teams who
they are who we thought they were.
Like there's defense.
If you want to crown them, go and crown them.
Yeah. There's defense, but
Mr.
I mean, as much of a parody and as much of a that was a very memorable. I remember watching it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, that was a good game.
Yeah.
That was a good game. Though I ain't gonna lie. Like the Bears that was the year they lost to the Colts.
Yeah, they had early
Super Bowl.
Yeah,
right?
them boys. Hey, that's when everybody was.
That's when Devin Hester was running punts to kickoffs back on.
They started
the
pick a defense on fantasy. The boys used to score.
Yeah.
But what I was getting to is that saying, when you're watching these teams, when you think about it, believe who those teams are.
Yeah.
If you got a defense who, you can run some scores up on them, but they gonna make that one play. That's who that team is.
Yeah.
I was, just watching the 49ers game. Gabbert came out looking good, but he showed you who he was.
He showed exactly who he was.
He threw those
timely
picks. Shout
out to Barry Church, man. Barry Church is my MVP.
Man, hey, on that play there, man, I don't know if the receiver ran the wrong route.
Gabbert just underthrew it.
Yeah.
Now it looked like he wasn't even underthrown.
You're talking about when he went this way and the ball went that way? Yeah, that's terrible.
But see, check it out though.
That's terrible.
I don't know. To me, it looked like the receiver just ran the wrong route. It looked like he cut to the left. He was supposed to cut to the right.
Yeah.
Or Gabbert just thought he was going to turn to the right. And he turned to the
somebody forgot something.
Yeah, somebody. One of them went the wrong route, man.
But teams are who they are, man, and especially more true than NFL.
Hey, and I know we keep going back to the Cowboys, but that's what I was saying about Stephen A. I'm like, that's what I'm worried about. All I could think about is him saying that, they're gonna get in their way some kind of way.
Yeah.
And I'm knowing that we have a quarterback. We got a quarterback controversy coming up. It's brewing.
Romo will give us the best chance to win.
Yeah, man. Come on.
You got Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones.
The only thing
that's what Jerry Jones is lacking.
Yeah, let the man rest.
Stephen A, for him just to be on that's like overly, like that's like me saying.
That's why First Take ain't what it is now.
That's like me. That's like me saying the weather gonna switch up this week. I don't know when. Like, cause all I can consist of is a cloud. I'm like, that's technically the weather switched up.
Yeah.
So like that's too broad. Like Steven, let me know when we gonna mess up. Let me know what game.
I'll tell you when y'all gonna mess up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you this, Jerry Jones.
Good rain. Y'all gonna run some.
One thing about Jerry Jones.
I'll tell you when we gonna mess up too.
One thing about Jerry Jones, he's good on the business side, but horrible when it comes to football decisions.
Because
And one thing he looking at with Romo, he looking at the money that's invested in Romo. He gonna say, okay, I got $108 million invested in Romo. Romo needs to be on my field playing some football.
If the Cowboys,
and that's what's gonna fuck us.
If they were smart, man, they would look at it. They would look at it. They would look at it this way.
Oh, my bad.
It was a P.
Oh,
PH.
PH. Yeah.
$5. $5. What's that violation?
Yeah.
Fine. But nah, bro. I feel like like with just teams just kind of showing who they are, and I mean with Jerry Jones and that organization, they just kind of need to look at their situation as how much money do we have in this position. So you might have $100 million in on the bench. But you also got league minimum on the field.
Let's win.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's not like you paying that $10 million, you paying Romo $20 million.
That getting paid about $400,000.
Yeah, so he getting paid league minimum. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some incentive splash where he might make $1 million and shit. But as long as it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter if you got because I think Romo gives you a good good backup.
I don't know, man.
He gives you a good.
At this
He's
point,
a heck of a backup.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
At
gonna be
this-
our coach.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's gonna be our
Romo,
coach.
retire, become a quarterbacks coach. One day you'll be a head coach. When they get rid of Justin Garrett, that's just
One
how
day.
it works. But
He gonna be the head coach. Garrett just gonna wear the little
yo,
thing standing
I'm
there like
telling
this.
you, man, we
Romo
do
gonna
not
be our
need to
coach.
bring Romo.
Yeah, because of winning.
You got a broken back. Bro, you have multiple back fractures. You have multiple collarbone fractures. If you get hit again, you might die.
Man,
Like, don't even.
He is a fracture.
Yeah, you are a fracture in itself. You got the first time you got touched in preseason. The first time you got touched in preseason, you out for 8 games.
Hey, well, here's the thing. If he gonna get hurt his first play back, just gonna put him back in. Let him get
But see,
hurt.
that's gonna fuck.
So we can
I
kill
ain't
the
gonna say-
controversy.
yeah, but that's gonna mess up the chemistry though.
I mean, for
Because
one
everybody, because think about it.
because Romo gonna last one series.
Like it go back to what I said. If we come into this game, say we beat the Bengals, and we lose to the Packers, and we beat the Eagles, we gonna be straight. We don't need to have Romo
Well,
back.
let's say
That's
we beat the
5-2.
Bengals. Let's say we beat the Bengals, we beat the Packers, and lose to the Eagles.
We still. I mean, that's the division
I think
game.
Mix it up.
I think that's more
more
logical.
important. It's more important, definitely.
It's more
just
important. I think it's
just
more
throw it
important for us
out.
to beat the Eagles.
Yeah.
But I can see us losing to the Eagles
In a flu game, like we beat.
because man, I'm just worried about us playing at home.
Nah,
we are.
we okay,
I'm
man. We
saying-
okay at home. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
I
put
think
too
I already
much.
snapped that little home hitting game.
Yeah.
Nah, if you've been to the Cowboys game, you'll understand why
Yeah.
the fans. It's a country club, bro.
Yeah.
But I just have
Jerry's-
I
Jerry's
just feel
world.
like, man, I feel like
I also
you know,
feel like Dak can win out of all 3 of those games
He
before we go into the
can.
break though.
No
I
interception
do.
so far. Even if he throw one pick, he's showing the poise and the calm that he can come back and get back in the game. He was down 14-0 early.
You know what? I
We
was
jumped back in the game.
I
That was
understand
before
where y'all coming from. I was like this
LeVar
last
Bowman
year.
got hurt.
Wait, I understand where y'all come. I was just like this last year. I was like, oh man, yeah, we go, woo, we go, oh man.
But that was like
But we gotta
like
stop letting these haters.
no wait, hold on,
At the
no, hold
same
on.
time,
That
we
was
got to
the playoffs
Yeah.
last
And
year.
that's what I'm saying. So with that being said, Texans fans, y'all have no excuse this year. Y'all gonna run the table in y'all division,
They
and
gonna go to
y'all gonna
playoffs.
get into the playoffs.
Check it out.
What y'all gonna do in the playoffs?
The
Though?
next 3 games, they got the Vikings, the Colts, and the Broncos.
Okay, they should go 1-2 on that.
1 and 2.
I think I'll take a 1-2 because
Yeah, they can beat the Colts.
Yeah.
they can beat the
Yeah.
Colts for sure. Broncos, I don't know.
Got it.
Man.
Hold on, man. Got it. What you got to say about it, G?
Gotti in the building.
Got it in the
Happy.
building.
What you say, Gotti?
Say, I'm a Texan fan. I'm a Texan fan, but that ain't gonna happen like that.
You don't
What
think
you
so?
think? So who you think they're gonna go
He's a
3-0
Who you?
or 2-1 or 1-2?
I mean, I know
Make those
Cush-
kind of runs.
Cushion out. I know.
I mean, we used to Cushion being out.
But JJ Watt out
White
too.
out also.
Yeah, that's gonna leave a hole, but I mean, you know, they're gonna fill that hole in.
Yeah,
They're gonna find a way. He ain't gonna be as productive as Watt.
No.
But
that's what
all
I
you
said.
gotta do is just control his hand. That's all you gotta do.
They play.
You know?
They
But that's what I'm
play
saying.
okay
in
without
the
Watt.
division, in the division that they in, man, they got it, man. Like everyone else is the Jaguars, Colts, and Titans are 1 and 3. The Titans is their only competition. If you ask me, I don't think the Colts can figure it out this year.
And you know what, man?
They still
I had-
depending on the quarterback.
I had a lot. I had a lot of money. I ain't gonna say money.
The
but I was
quarterback is the
gonna- I was
star
gonna-
with the Colts. That's their only
Yeah.
shining
Been
star.
like that since Manning.
I thought the Jazz was gonna do something this year, man. I really did.
Gotti-
I don't know
Gotti
if they
did
just gonna
too.
do a slow start
They're
or
gonna be
what, but I mean, they kind of got a
The
good
Jazz-
team.
they all
Offense,
gonna do
defense. They just, I guess they are just to a slow start, man. But
But
Texans got a chance to run
I'm
away
gonna tell you
with this
with
division.
the Texans, man. I believe in their offense more than I believe in their defense.
Yeah, they got
Fuller-
some weapons.
Fuller is a beast
Fuller's
out there,
that guy.
man.
And Hopkins ain't really just broke out yet. He ain't had his breakout game yet. So
I tell you what though, man, their running game is trash.
That's what I'm saying.
They got an okay running.
Man, Lamar
is
Miller's averaging 3.8
Yeah,
yards.
Lamar Miller's my fantasy running back, and he ain't who I. That ain't my bread and butter. Bro.
No, man.
That ain't my bread and butter. And you thinking, you know, they paid him the money. They went and I mean, he was a top free agent.
And then check this out. And then this is
him and Osweiler, bro.
This is another thing, man. Like, all right, you got the Bears. They played the Bears, right? Week 1, 23-14, Texans win. Then they played the Chiefs. 19-12, Texas win. Then they got blew out by the Patriots, 27-0. And then they win yesterday, 27-20.
To keep it real with you,
All the games have been
almost
tight.
lost.
Yeah, I know.
Tennessee almost came back in that thing.
Yeah.
DeMarco Murray was looking like 2014, and you know them boys was running. Mariota, as much you know as they've been talking about Mariota, he looked like he was building a little confidence yesterday.
Man, Mariota
good.
Yeah, Mariota coming up in the world. I think
He good, but I'm a Winston guy, so I can't just support him all the way.
Oh man, you with Winston?
You can support Mariota.
I can't.
It ain't like they play in the division with each other.
Yeah, but
They
it's
on different conferences, man.
you know, it's like remember back in the gap, Ryan Leaf and Peyton Manning.
Yeah,
It's
kind
kinda
of
like
like that.
that. Yeah.
Well, not so much
I mean,
anymore.
man,
I was say Ryan Leaf.
I mean, but his first 2 years he was hot though.
Yeah.
Then
He
after
came
that,
out hot
he fell
and
on
he
his
just-
face.
peeled out.
Yeah.
But
No pun
overall, Texas fans, y'all have no excuse this year. Y'all
so?
can run the table in y'all division.
What
I
is
don't
it?
think they got
into
a
the playoffs.
team though. I just think they got some players.
Nah,
I think they got a whole squad.
They got a team. It's just not. It's just not a elite team.
Hold on, look, check this out. I know what the problem is. You feel me? I think I understand what's wrong with Gotti.
What?
I think the two numbers 1 and 3 might have something to do with it. I think he's a little
Uno
sour.
and
Yeah,
tres.
he's a little sour over there right now, man. Don't worry, Gotti, man.
It's okay,
The Buccaneers
Gotti.
gonna fix it, Gotti.
It's okay,
They gonna
Gotti.
fix it,
They
man.
gonna fix it. I'm not worried.
Hey,
about
guess
them.
what?
I'm not worried about them.
Carolina's 1 and 3 also.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but Atlanta's 3-1.
That's all right,
And
though. We
Julio,
already
long
beat
as
them.
Julio Jones.
Here, but we already
and
Hold on,
Atlanta
we gonna get to Atlanta, man. We gonna get to. I
Atlanta
got them coming up.
the next week though.
Yeah, they Atlanta. This see you know the
And
NFC
Atlanta,
South.
Atlanta
do
is
this
kind
every
of
year.
like
They do that. They
Yeah,
look running
man.
and they looking good, and then after week 8,
And one thing,
Same old
Atlanta is almost like the Chargers, man.
That's what
They
he's-
had
that's what
they
he's
had a
banking
good
on.
stretch of games.
He's hoping that Atlanta just fall off after we get.
I mean,
Nah,
Atlanta
I
got
don't
to beat
think so,
us,
bro.
because we
They
already
got-
put a whooping on Atlanta.
Hold on,
They
check
defense
this
is
out.
coming
I
up
wanted
the
to
world.
save this conversation to later, but Angel brought it up.
Let's jump into
But
it.
check it out, man. With the Buccaneers in the Atlanta game, that was week 1 coming out of preseason, right?
Yeah.
So you know people was still knocking the rest off. You feel me? So y'all snuck in there and got a win.
No credit.
Nobody
No
wanna
credit.
hear that.
Look at the facts though.
Bro,
They haven't won nothing
what's
since then.
Atlanta's record?
3-1.
Okay, so unless y'all tie,
I whoop you. I beat you.
unless
up. That's what it was.
unless y'all tie,
And put y'all to sleep.
unless the Buccaneers catch up and tie
And
with the
that-
Atlanta
hey,
Falcons in their
The
record,
next
the
game
fact
is
that y'all beat them, it doesn't mean nothing.
Hey, I'm telling you, we
Cause that's
fine.
just a tiebreaker.
We
the,
fine. I
the,
promise
the
you.
next
we
game
fine.
is actually Tampa Bay. No, that's Carolina. My bad.
Yeah, I was about to say because we gonna beat the
Carolina got Tampa Bay at
You
home.
think y'all gonna beat the Saints?
Hell yeah.
Oh my God.
No,
No,
my
sir.
squad, boy.
Not
Oh.
the Saints.
Oh
We
my
Saints.
God.
always had them L at least once.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah. It might
Yeah,
be good.
we
It might go
always have
1-1,
them,
but
And
I
last
don't
year, I
know,
mean,
bro.
see, y'all got to know them teams. I'm telling them 2 teams, that's our rival, the Saints.
I know.
And
I
then
watch
we
the
get at
Saints.
it. Yeah, we
I
get
watch
at
the
it. I'm
Saints.
telling you,
The Saints ain't
got
no
no
Falcons.
defense. They
The Saints ain't got no defense, but the Buccaneers ain't got no offense, so they even.
I mean, Saints won
Man,
at 32.
I mean, we just played against Denver yesterday. I mean, shit. That's
I mean,
Denver,
y'all
you know what I'm
didn't play
saying?
against
Everybody, Denver had everybody else so
the
far.
other 2 games.
What? I mean, it was just kind of shootout. They threw us off last week when we had to wait for about 2 hours.
Anyways, man, we gonna get look, man. We gonna get
You know?
into it, man. We gonna get into it, but check it out. We gonna pay some bills real
We
quick,
gotta talk
man.
about them Panthers when we come back, man. I got a lot of questions about them.
Hey, check it out. Just look, we
No
gonna get into some commercials, get into a song or 2, man, and come back. We gonna talk about the Bills and the Patriots, and then we gonna get into the Falcons and the Panthers, man, right after that. So you know,
Yes,
y'all
sir.
keep it locked, man. It's Mad Sports. This your boy DJ, man, Young Ren,
Chia.
Jay Gotti, and we got my boy Angel in here, man. So you know, y'all keep it locked. It's going down. 409 The Heat, the hottest, coolest station around, man.
Yes, sir.